Hi, this is Wellness Hippie. I recently changed my name from Crunchitarian, so sorry for the confusion. But today I'd like to talk about honey, raw, unpasteurized honey. So there was a time in which, rather recently even, that I shied away from honey. I knew that honey was helpful and healthy, but I thought it was sugar. And I wanted to rid my body of sugar. Sugar creates inflammation, and I wanted to avoid inflammation as much as possible and reduce sugar cravings. So I avoided raw honey. But I've recently realized how healthy and beneficial raw honey is, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it. It's a complete food, meaning that it has over 44 different minerals as well as trace minerals. It has vitamins, it has amino acids, it's complete protein, as well as lots of vitamin B's for high energy. It has enzymes. It is really a complete food. And another reason why I didn't want to have honey is because I was worried about sugar on my teeth. You know, if I added honey to my tea, over time, would that not help with restoring my tooth enamel or create any cavities, that type of thing. But if you look at the components of honey, it has vitamin K in it, it has vitamin D in it, it has magnesium, it has calcium, it has phosphorus, all the minerals that you need to build nice, strong, healthy teeth. And it has it in there. Also, chromium, a mineral, is in honey and used to be naturally in sugarcane before it was highly processed and over-farmed. And what chromium does is it helps to reduce the harmful effects of sugar in your body, particularly blood sugar, glucose levels. And honey has that in there. God created honey. He created the natural sugar process. And it's just not by coincidence that these minerals are in honey, and they're meant to work synergistically. Another helpful food is bee pollen. Bee pollen also has amazing benefits, and it's super high in protein, so a lot of vegetarians use it for their protein replacement. It's a very strong anti-inflammatory. Of course, you got your minerals, and you also have fats in there too. Again, a superfood. The other part of honey is that it's great on the digestive system. A lot of us realize that we have low stomach acids. The older we get, the foods that we eat, the medications we take reduces our stomach acids, and it affects our digestion and how well we are able to absorb our nutrients that we eat. So you can eat a really healthy diet, but if you can't absorb what you're eating, then it's kind of a waste, right? Honey has digestive enzymes in it. In fact, it's recommended if you have any digestion issues, especially in the stomach, to have a spoonful of honey before every meal. It's going to act as a digestive enzyme. It's going to soothe the lining of the stomach, and it's going to help with digestion in the digestive tract. It's amazing. Also, it has beneficial flora. It has a little bit of a probiotic in it. So even though it's a strong antimicrobial, it does have good beneficial bacteria. And so we all need that on a daily basis. Even if you have the best digestion, we need that every day. Another thing I was concerned of is the increase in glucose levels with ingestion of honey. Honey is still sugar, right? On PubMed, there's a research article, 8-week testing of 40 plus patients, all with type 2 diabetes. And they had pre and post testing of their blood sugar levels, their weight, their cholesterol, all of that good stuff. One group, the treatment group, had honey on a daily basis. And the other group, the control group, had nothing at all, just a regular diet. And so the only difference between the two groups is one that had honey every day and one that didn't. So after 8 weeks, they retested their blood sugar, they retested their cholesterol and blood work. They found that not only did the treatment group that had honey actually had normal blood sugar levels. Their blood sugar did not rise, which I thought was amazing. You know, honey is really sweet, in a lot of ways sweeter than regular conventional sugar. And even with consumption of it, their blood sugar did not rise. And what was also interesting is they had improved weight loss within the 8 weeks of only change of honey. They also had reduced levels of LDL, the bad portion of LDL cholesterol, and an increase in their HDLs, the good cholesterol, as well as reduction in your triglycerides. The only difference was that the treatment group had a slightly elevated A1C level, so that is still a concern. So if you do have diabetes, you know, I wouldn't shy away from honey, but I wouldn't be consuming it all the time too, just for the realization that it did increase the hemoglobin A or A1C. Another thing to consider is with raw honey, it's great for wound healing. I mean, how many of us have heard from generations past that if you had a wound, even a really infected wound, stick honey on it, it'll fix it. I was told that by my grandma, and I was like, yeah, please, whatever, you know. We now have medications that'll do a better job than honey. And no, we don't. It's an antimicrobial, it's antiseptic, it's antiparasitic, and it also creates autolytic or cleaning debridement to the wound, and it creates a moist environment for the wound. So you're giving that wound and their skin the best environment for healing, and it certainly does that. If you haven't tried honey for wound healing, please do. It has amazing benefits. So does any honey meet these recommendations for health benefits? No. If you go to your regular grocery store, chances are you're just going to have liquefied sugar water is what you're going to have. You need to find raw, unpasteurized honey. And you certainly can find that at a grocery store, a health food store, but you might get a smaller amount, might cost you more, that type of thing. So what I recommend, wherever you live, look for the closest apiary. That is a place where they produce or take from the bees in a safe, non-harming way, honey and bee pollen from beehives. So for where I live, I get this honey. It's wildflower honey. Look how deep that is. It's thick, it's a deep color. Now all honey is going to taste a little bit different. It's going to look a little bit different. It's going to have a slight difference in metabolic content due to what type of pollen and flowers that these bees use. But this is the honey that I get locally, and it's helpful for allergies and local allergies too. So if you have seasonal allergies where you live, look for local raw honey, not just raw honey from another state. It'll be more beneficial. Also, bee pollen is known to be extremely helpful for allergies and seasonal allergies. So taking a spoonful of bee pollen on a daily basis has shown significant effects in asthma, in sinus infections, as well in allergies and seasonal allergies. So both of these two health foods, the honey and the bee pollen, should be added to your diet. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my vlog, as well as go on Facebook and look me up as The Wellness Hippie and follow me there. Thank you.